Welcome to part 3 of the Vampyr Walktrough. So, we left off in the office. And first thing I'm gonna do is check the abilities. My health. Oh, we've unlocked defensive skills. Let's see. You create an invisible barrier absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. Oh, it's one hit though. One hit every 30 seconds. Not really too into that. I want a long range ability. I'm gonna get this one. So now we've unlocked tactical as well. You perform a supernatural move to your target. I really like this one. How much is it? 500 XP. Alright. Level 10 is when you get your ultimates. So, we didn't really take the time to see what's in our office. Class file. Is there anything more to loot? So let's see. Analyze William Bishop's blood at the workbench. So this is the crafting area. And I assume analyzing area. Serums. Alright. So the blood is
more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it.
no.
I'll continue
No, I need
tomorrow
to
night.
rest.
I have so much time now.
So the blood of the vampires we slay are the ones we oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Shit. My bad. I thought it said rest. It said reset. Wow. So the what I was saying is the blood we get from the vampires we slay are the are what's used to get serums and stuff. Alright, we're back to... Has been 2 nights already in 2 minutes.
Until my research is complete. I'd better learn to hide my true nature.
I've analyzed William Bishop's blood, but the result is only partial. The blood sample was much more unstable than human blood and showed heavy mutation. This is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. Help the Pembroke Hospital to cope with the epidemic. Alright.
What about my thirst for blood?
Hi. What are you doing in front of my door?
How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look
Damn.
there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
One day I will eat you. What's that? Medical files. Thomas Edward Mill, age 28. Oh, you get hints from reading those as well. Thomas Elwood. Why does that sound familiar to me? Elwood. Is that the kid with his mom? Is that him?
It's locked, all right.
Are there gonna be any vampires in there?
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
So we need to get some medical supplies, but something tells me we're not gonna be alone.
It's locked.
But
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
secret case.
It's locked, all right.
So we need a key to open the other one. See, that's what we really missed. This healing we get from the bites. Equip and press triangle to use your range. Both standard damage. So how am I gonna use it though? Oh, that's how you switch. Alright. Damn, I used it. What a rich blood sample. So I'm sure this is where it happens, right?
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
There was another one. Get wrecked, son. I don't know if we really want to stick your teeth in something like this. This seems pretty disgusting. A new citizen investigation is available. Alright. Find out the cause of death. So they could have something to do with the dead, maybe? Descendant Samuel Connor, race Caucasoid.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of Drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Dr. Tippett. Ooh. You just acquired a new type of offhand. So there's a lot of new things we're getting right now. 5 blood absorption. Don't really know how I feel about this one.
It's locked.
Oh, so there are locked chests as well. I guess that's where the really good items are. That's what I'm gonna suppose, at least.
Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Yeah. So we're just in the same room. Oh god damn it, I missed my ability. Alright, so
These scowls can be so ferocious.
I really need
I'm
to
not sure I
focus
can defeat them
more
without becoming
on
stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
yes it is. But I need to focus more on like bob and weave. Oh. I need to dodge better.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Can I create something? Water rich blood sample. we need one more thing. I also need to be careful because my health really isn't that amazing. He even got a buddy. Oh, not again. Whew. There's still a lot of upgrading to do, though. We need some health, we need some stamina, we need some blood regen. I think I should hit them one more time when I knock them.
The infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Why did he pull his weapon out? Oh, this is why. So I can hit them one time before having to eat them. If I'm fast enough. Catch this. Craft a treatment for fatigue. So I need to go back to that table I was. But where was it? Damn, don't eat me. I said don't. How did I get that much health back? How did I lose that much again? Alright, so it's telling me to go upstairs. Is there a door of some kind? Oh, I guess just need to go back to my office, right? Is that it? I think that's what I have to do. I actually don't want to do this mission. Let's do that one. Photograph of a smiling and loving couple with few words written on the back. And Pippa.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item.
They are.
Those two have hidden their affections well.
How's that diamond on the map? So that's it then. I got the wallet. The trash. Hello sis. How are things in a big city? Well, we get to know a lot about Pippa. I'm gonna wait to talk to her, and first I want to talk to him about his wallet
evening,
and Pippa.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Yeah,
What's
tell
going
me
on
more
between
about it.
you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as
I get
depressed
that.
as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
There's no wrong. Is there anything more?
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
He's pretty serious about it.
Goodbye, Milton.
So, I've learned quite a few things. This investigation is over. I might focus on this one. I want to do some investigation. Fatigue. Oh no, so he's not the... Oh, the soldier is Thomas Elwood. Right. I'm gonna talk to Pippa. Where is she? There you are.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Pepper, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
Damn.
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays. Maybe she's right. Maybe this is what I must do.
Yeah, what about
And what
him?
about Milton Hooks? Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
If you feel that saving lives is not useful enough, perhaps it means that you've lost faith.
On the contrary, my faith has never been stronger. Maybe we are all just too proud to face up to the fact that science cannot compete with God.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
So I
Goodbye,
didn't
Nurse
really
Hawkins.
learn anything new.
Daily routine.
Who are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Damn. He doesn't like me.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course you can't say the same about me. since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Damn, I don't like you.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation, they're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I got a new hint.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine,
That's not what I wanted to
perhaps
do.
you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become...
Carelessness?
Can
Exactly
we just
what
skip
are
it
you
as
talking
well?
about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation, they're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Well, there's just
I
at
don't know
least
what
one
you've
thing.
heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
I don't see any reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reed.
He's a cocky
The
little
only
boy.
judge has to be yourself. The question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
Miss me with that deep shit.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Doctor.
Interesting.
I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Well, at least he likes me.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research.
Yeah, what are you doing?
He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, You may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Little fanboy.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr.
I
Ackroyd
believe
is
him.
as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
You're jealous about me as well.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a
I like
rare
this
and
guy.
precious attitude in these difficult
He's
I'm
interesting.
convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance.
I don't know
and
if I
dedication
trust
for
him
us
that
men
much.
of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Did I unlock anything? Oh, I did.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical technique. What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me, Mr.
Oh,
Fiddick's
that's
story.
gonna be
Our
interesting.
first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye,
So
Dr.
we've
Fiddick.
learned more about the patient.
Reads me like a book.
Good evening, sir.
I will get the
Finally,
medicine.
you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've
I
worked
did.
your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Talk to Edgar Swansea.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Press R1 to check on healing a citizen will increase blood quality and reward you with XP.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Right.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
He's recovering. Choose wisely.
The pain.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
I'm gonna
Evening,
see
Dr.
what
Reed.
what I've unlocked for him, because I know I have.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me
What?
what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
So I failed the hint.
Why
Can I
lie
try it
about
again?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
The giant
daily
morgue
routine.
disguised as a hospital.
I might just
Good evening, Mr.
give him the short
Evening,
pain.
Dr. Reed.
Let's see.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Follow the trail. Let's do this.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, good.
Whew. Oh, is that a bad thing? The district will soon suffer the consequences of her actions.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some
each
doe-eyed
other?
student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Alright. So that's her.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Oh,
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp. The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well. in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies.
Chatter up a bit.
You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
I do
The
believe
world
you.
would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
So, guys, this will be it for part 3. We're gonna end it here, and in part 4 we're gonna help Lady Ashbury, of course. And I really want to find out what the patient with his dead wife has to hide. I don't know, I think there's something fishy with those three. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao ciao!